Yeah, it says I'm recording. Like next to my name, it says REC. So maybe this is recording.
Yeah, it says it on your screen, like on my end too.
Oh,
It says it on my end too that it's recording.
then I just get to figure out how to find it. But I still don't know how to do it here. That's making me sad. Like I can do a whiteboard, and that's it. Like, can you guys see my desktop or just a whiteboard? Anyone?
I just see your whiteboard.
Okay. That's sad. I don't know. Website URL maybe? Oh, hold on. Maybe if I did this. Oh no, that probably wouldn't work because I'm logged in. Let me try. No, that doesn't work. Why is this happening? Okay, do you guys see my screen right now, like eSuite?
I see it.
Yeah, I see it.
Get off.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, let me try this. You guys are just gonna, okay, hold on. Okay, you guys are just gonna see my password and I trust you. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, the Ruby chart.
Cool. Okay, well, that's really like, that's a lot of steps, but I guess that's the only way to get it to work. Okay. So then how do I get out of this? Stop share. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. It's been like such a long day. I probably should have just figured this out before I started this, but I wasn't able to. But that's okay. We figured it out now. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. I don't think everybody is on here, but that's okay. I'm gonna apologize in advance if I'm like all over the place because again, it's been a long day. My bunny's sick and she's like not taking her medicine like she should be, and she still hasn't gone to the bathroom, so I'm like really freaking out about that. She's just old, so I mean, I expect her to have problems, but it's just as sad. So life goes on though. I'm just like giving it to God and praying about it. So life has to go on though. And I'm super excited about this. I've been excited about this since we planned it yesterday. And I hope you guys are ready, and I hope you guys are ready to commit yourselves to something that is going to be so incredibly amazing. I can't really like put into words like how amazing this journey is when you commit yourself, when you fully like commit yourself. And it's just, I don't know, it's just not something really that you can explain again. Like I'm like, my brain is like mush right now, but I'm gonna do my best with you guys tonight because again, I've been really excited about this. So and I know you guys hear like my story and my background and stuff a lot, but I know we have new people with us. So we've got people who've been in for over a year. We have people who've been in for like a month. People who I think have been in for a couple weeks with us. Just, I mean, like, and that's awesome. I think it's awesome to have a mix of you guys because some people just get into this business and they're just ready to go, and us as leaders see that in them. So some of you I invited who I just believed in you, and maybe I heard something from your leaders that made me, you know, want to invite you guys to this. So I'm proud of every single one of you. You guys are a part of this for a reason. It's not like by accident. Like you obviously have done amazing things with your business, whether you're seeing amazing results right now or not, and that's all that matters. But I like giving like a little background on like myself and like where I've been, just because, I want you guys to realize that there's absolutely nothing special about me. There's nothing that sets me apart from anybody else, and there's nothing that really qualified me for to become a presidential diamond. There's nothing that qualified me. It was literally just, I decided that I wanted it and I worked for it. Like that's all that it came down to. So I just want to share with you guys like what my life was like before I started this business. It was very different. I've never been somebody who was like super confident in myself. For those of you who do know me, I have anxiety. I'm an introvert. If you see me like in a crowd, or maybe like you've met me before, you probably would see that and understand what I'm saying. But for those of you who haven't met me before, you've only seen me through a camera, and it's very different. But I'm super introverted. Like I shut down when I'm in crowds. I'm super shy. I have anxiety. It's just that's the type of person that I am. And when I was presented with this opportunity, I thought there was absolutely no way that somebody like me could be successful with this business. But obviously that's not the case. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. Anybody can find success. But before this business, I went to college. I graduated and I got my 4-year degree in speech pathology. While I was doing that, my first year of college, my first year when I transferred to a 4-year university, I found out that my now husband, we were just engaged then. I think we weren't even engaged. I think he was just my boyfriend then. Matt was going to go on his first deployment, and that absolutely crushed me. It was like a big transition in both of our lives. I was going to college, and he was getting deployed overseas for the very first time, and it absolutely like turned my world upside down. That was like a really, really dark time in my life, because I ended up being in a situation at college that was less than ideal, living with people that I just didn't mesh with. We clashed, just personality clashes. And I was in a lease that I couldn't get out of, and it was just like a really dark time in my life. And I didn't have my best friend at home with me. Like Matt was overseas. And I ended up having to go on anxiety and depression medication because it got that bad. And it was just a really horrible time in my life. And then fast forward to graduation, I graduated with my degree and decided that it's not something that I wanted to do. And it was a really hard decision for me, because I felt like I was letting people down, especially certain people in my family. And I was criticized for it. And it was just, it didn't make me feel good. I felt like a failure. I felt like I was just, again, like letting people down. And I don't share this a lot with people because it's like, I don't know, it makes me feel like really vulnerable, but I feel like I need to share this with you guys because I just want you to know, like the kind of person that I am, and like how like normal I am, and how like just, I guess, just normal. And it's okay to like have struggles. And so I decided I didn't want to pursue what I got my degree in. And I ended up substitute teaching at the schools in my very small town in northern Illinois for a good 2.5 years, I would say, before I started at work. So it was about maybe 2 years. I was subbing. And for those of you guys who are familiar with teaching, specifically subbing, that doesn't make you a lot of money, like at all. You don't make a lot of money subbing. And I made very little money. On good months, it would maybe be $500. and on bad months, probably like a couple hundred. And that was my income, and I let my anxiety hold me back from doing a lot of things in life. And it was honestly just strictly like fear and again, anxiety just hold me back. Like I was the type of person who wouldn't get outside of my comfort zone if I didn't have to. And that held me back from like pursuing another career, going to school for something else, going on to my master's degree, which is what I needed to do in the field that I went to school for. And it was hard. It was a hard time in my life. And then Matt found out he was getting deployed for the second time. And that, again, turned my world upside down. We weren't expecting it. It was a shock, but, we also didn't have money. And those deployments really helped us save up money. They helped us basically stay afloat. I moved back in with my mom after college. We both were living with my mom. It was a very less than ideal situation, just being engaged and having to live with my parents, and just, again, not an ideal situation. I wanted to be on my own. Again, I felt like a failure because here I am in my mid-20s and not able to support myself, and it was just hard. And so he got deployed for the second time, and during that deployment was when my best friend Morgan started doing It Works, and she started posting on her Facebook, and I thought she was absolutely like out of her mind crazy. I actually thought her account was hacked when she posted her first before and after picture, which I think was like totally non-compliant and not even like a real It Works before and after picture, but like she didn't even know what she was doing. So I thought she had been hacked, and I had no idea what It Works was. I had not heard of it before then. And I messaged her and I said, "What on God's green earth are you doing? Are you out of your mind, or did somebody hack your account?" And she told me about it, and she said she was looking for 4 customers. And I said, "Okay, well, if this is real, like I'll be your customer. I don't think I could do those wraps because I'm only like 110 pounds, but I'll try something else. Like, what do you have?" And so she told me about the different products, and I decided to try hair, skin, and nails. And so I tried hair, skin, and nails for her, and I think I ordered like the defining gel. And I was a loyal customer for 3 months. And during that time, I was watching her, and she was making money, and she was happy. And she was telling us that she was going to quit her job and do this full time. And she was saying that she was going to be a diamond. And I was like, "What the heck is a diamond? That sounds really stupid." And she just kept going on and saying, "Well, this company is going to change my life and you should join." And I'm like, "You're crazy." And I kept telling her, "No, I'm not going to do it. Like, you know me, I'm shy. I'm an introvert. You're Morgan. Like, you're the people person. You are always the center of attention. You've always been the leader in our group. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, you can go do that, but I'm not going to do that." And sorry, my cats, they're crazy, but I'm not going to do that. And so I didn't. And my other 2 best friends ended up joining her, and I felt super left out. And honestly, the only reason that I joined was because I was really jealous of them because they were making money. It really honestly wasn't because like I thought I could be a diamond and make a full-time income doing this. Like that was not in my radar. I didn't think that was possible. Hold on, let me. I honestly joined because I didn't want to later on say like, what if, like what if I had joined and like maybe I did become successful, or like what if, I let myself get the best of me and let my fears get the best of me, and my best friends became super successful with this, and then there was just me like still substitute teaching, making $300 a month. Honestly, it was just like pure jealousy, and I just wanted to be a part of it just to see what it was. So I was like, okay, cool. That would be awesome if I could make a couple extra $100 a month. That would really help us out a lot. Maybe we could finally move out of my mom's house. And I struggled. Like I remember asking my brother Miles, like back and forth. I remember asking my mom, and I'm like, should I do this? Should I not do this? Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm the kind of person, well, I used to be the kind of person that like needed that reassurance. Like, can I do this? Like, I'm going to need help. And I remember asking Miles, like, I'm not going to sign distributors up. Like, I can't find people to join my team. Like, nobody likes me. So I don't think I could find anyone to join my team. I'm like, you're going to do all of that. And maybe I'm going to like get some family members on board to try products and I'm going to make a little bit of money from this. Like, literally, that was my plan. I didn't have anything like beyond that. I didn't dream big at all. Like, it was like I was down here with like dreaming. And so I finally joined, and I guess you could say I hit the ground running. I asked Morgan a million questions. I remember looking at Jade, and I think she was like a diamond at the time, and I still didn't know what that meant, but I thought it was pretty cool. And, you know, I was scared at first. I was so scared at first. I was scared to get on calls. I was scared to get on video trainings. I was scared to do a lot of things. And, you know, Morgan told me that she was like nervous that I wasn't going to do anything with this because like I didn't enroll my first customer for like 2 weeks. And she's like, are you okay? Like, do you need any help? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm going to do this. And I got my 4 customers in my first month. And I don't know, that like lit a fire under me and, you know, made me believe in myself a little bit more. I think like every little accomplishment that I made, I like built up more and more of a belief in myself. And I think belief is so important. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't think that you can do great things, then you're not going to. You have to believe in yourself. That's literally the first step. And I think that's why it took me so long to, you know, get going and to actually join the business, because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think that, you know, somebody like me could ever make something like this work. And you just have to believe in yourself. So I got my 4 customers, and then she whipped out an executive chart. And I remember being on our first, actually, I think she was hosting her first call, and she had hit executive herself because I was one of her qualified lags, a 400 box for her. And I think the other one was Jessica Diaz, our other best friend. And I remember she wanted to host her own call, and because she had like a few people on her team, and I remember her announcing herself as Morgan Griffin, your executive leader, and she felt like on top of the world. She felt so important. And I remember sitting right next to her. I think we were at our friend Natalie's house, and we were all just like so excited. And it's so funny because like we thought we were like big shots. Like here, I'm like, I'm a qualified leg, guys. Like, hey, and she's like, I'm an executive leader, and Jessica was another 400 bucks, and we were like on top of the world. And like we literally, like, people probably could have thought that we were like diamond leaders because we literally acted like that. I think we just had like that mindset, and we had each other to you know, lean off of and, you know, have that inspiration. I just remember that call and her hosting that call and just, you know, developing into a leader, and me watching her, you know, just learning. And it's just funny, like where you start and where you go from there. And, you know, one thing I'm going to tell you guys, one thing that I never had in my mind was giving up. Like literally, I've never said like, I'm gonna quit. Like, I can't do this anymore. That was never like even a figment of my imagination. I didn't give giving up an option. I've slowed down. Yeah. There have been times in my business where I've slowed down. There have been times in my business where, I didn't do as good as I probably could have, but never once have I said like, I'm just going to throw in the towel and give up. Like, this isn't for me. I mean, there have been times where I doubted myself. There have been times where I thought I was a crappy leader. There have been a lot of times where like I've had dark days, but never once did I give giving up an option. And I wholeheartedly believe that, you know, that's another reason why I found success in this business. Okay, so, you know, beyond that day, I mean, it honestly was just uphill from there, you know, like hitting Ruby and hitting Emerald and hitting Diamond. I got those promotions back to back to back. You guys hear me say this all the time, but it's something that honestly I'm proud of. And I want you guys to know that any accomplishment that you make in this business, you should be proud of. And that's one thing that, you know, I'm proud of. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's because of dedication. It's because of consistency. It's because of having the mindset that I'm never, ever going to give up on this business. I'm never going to give up on this team. And even like myself, when I was an executive leader, when I was a Ruby leader, I told myself, I'm never going to give up on this business. I'm never going to give up on my team. Like I'm a lifer. I'm in this for life. And you just have to have that mindset, especially if you have plans of getting to Diamond, which every single one of you, you're on this call because you have plans of wanting to get to Diamond and maybe even beyond that, which I hope is a yes. And I'll never forget, hitting Diamond, and I'll never forget the sacrifices that I made to get there. And I remember looking at a Diamond chart. I think it was after I hit Ruby, because still, like when I was like building a Ruby, I had no intention of going Diamond. And it's funny because I went Ruby in, I want to say 4 months after I joined. And 3 months later, I was a Ruby. And it's funny because when I hit Ruby, and like even a little before that, I didn't have any intentions of going Diamond. I didn't even know what that meant. And then 3 months later, I'm a Diamond leader. Like, it's just, that's how fast things can happen in this business when you just change your mindset and you change your beliefs. I remember hitting Ruby and going, okay, well, I guess I need to do more than this. So there's got to be more out there. And I just didn't stop. I filled out my Emerald chart. Like, it was just, again, like I was saying on the Zoom before, it was ignorance on fire. And I remember hitting Emerald and I said, okay, well, I mean, I guess I need to dream a little bit bigger. And I remember Mark Pentecost announced the good bonuses, and that there was a $10,000 bonus on the line. And I said, I'm going to get that bonus. Like, I'm going to quit my job. At this time, I was still doing my subbing job. And I remember saying, okay, like, I'm going to quit my job. And I'm going to tell you guys, I came into this business not wanting to quit my job. That was not my goal. I didn't want to quit my job. I didn't think that I could make this my full-time income. That's not what I wanted. I didn't think that I would be able to, later on give back the amount of money that I've been able to give back and to donate and to just do all these amazing things, buy things for my family, give back to my mom in ways that I've never been able to before, buy my husband his dream truck, move out of my mom's house and never have to bat an eyelash at a bill ever again, be debt free. That was, none of those things were on. I didn't have dreams. Like, I'm trying to like picture this, like, guys, I didn't have dreams at all. Like, I was a substitute teacher. I made $500 a month and that was my life. I didn't dream bigger than that. I was too scared to. So I looked at a Diamond chart. I think it consists of 24 people. And I said, oh my God, this is the craziest thing I've ever said in my entire life, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to fill that Diamond chart. I'm going to do it somehow, and I'm going to make that $10,000 bonus. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was going to do it. And then I said something really crazy, and I said, I'm going to quit my job, and this is going to be my full-time income, and I'm going to be a rap girl, and I'm going to do it full-time from home on my phone. Like, that was my goal. And I did it a month later. Like, it's just crazy. It's crazy what happens when you just change your belief and change your mindset, and just don't let giving up be an option. And it's only uphill from there, no matter what struggles you go through on the way up. It's not going to be all rainbows and butterflies. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to look like a lot of sacrifice. It's going to look like a lot of dirty hair and maybe like dirty body. I haven't washed my hair in probably like a week. It's going to look like a lot like dirty dishes in the sink and a dirty house, and maybe some dirty kids if you have children. It's going to look like missing out on events and parties and maybe some vacations. It's going to be saying no to some things so that you can later on say yes. It's going to be sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot. I remember when I went Diamond, I was actually in Florida with my husband's family for Christmas. I think we went there after Christmas. And I remember them getting so mad at me because I was on my phone like 24/7. And I kept telling them, like, I don't care, like, be mad at me. I'm getting a $10,000 bonus. And they all like kept laughing at me. They're like, no, you're not. Like, that's stupid. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever, I'm gonna do it. And they were just all like mad at me. They were just annoyed that I was just on my phone. But I was working and I was enrolling loyal customers and I was, doing what you need to do to get to Diamond. And I did it, and I will never forget. It was December 31st of 2014. And we were at like some hotel, and I had been like, I locked myself in the hotel room, and I was like signing up customers. We had a BOGO deal going on, and I was signing up customers. And I remember when I refreshed my eSuite, like we had filled the last bit of volume for my Diamond chart, and I was on the phone with Morgan, and I remember refreshing my eSuite and seeing the Diamond status in my eSuite at 100%. I remember just breaking down and crying and screaming, and I ran out of the hotel room and I screamed at the top of my lungs that I had just gotten a $10,000 bonus. And I think they were yelling at me because then they thought like we were going to get robbed because I was talking about like this giant amount of money, but I didn't even care. Like, I was on top of the world. Like, there is no other feeling to describe the way that I felt that night. And I want every single one of you to be able to feel that way. And I'm here to tell you that you literally all can feel that way. You can have that moment. You just, honestly, you have to have the belief. Like, that's where it starts. So right now, if you're kind of like wishy-washy, you're kind of like, like, I want to be a Diamond leader, but like, I don't know if I can do it. You have to stop that mentality, and you have to just tell yourself that you can do this and that you are going to do this. You just like have to set that bar a little bit higher than you have. So that's basically my journey to Diamond. That's basically just a little background on me. I know that probably went a little bit longer than I wanted, but I just want you guys to know that there's nothing special about me that qualifies me for success over any single one of you. Absolutely nothing. And I think that's what makes us all, so unique, that we all come from different walks of life, but, it doesn't matter where you came from. And, your current situation or even your past doesn't define you or where you're going to be, and it certainly doesn't define your future. So I just want you guys all to remember that. So that's that. So tonight I just want to, and hopefully briefly, I know I tend to ramble sometimes, but I jotted down a few notes before this, but I just wanted to briefly go over like what the next few months should look like for you guys in terms of building to, Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and beyond. And like I said, it's going to look like a lot of sacrifice. It's going to look like a lot of getting outside of your comfort zone. There's going to be a lot of happy times and there's going to be a lot of frustrating times, but you have to commit yourself. And I promise, if you commit yourself, then your life is going to change. But if and only if you commit yourself. So let's talk about, comfort zones. Let's talk about sacrifices. I've had to get a lot outside of my comfort zone to get some of the things that I've wanted in this business, and that might mean, like I said before, saying no to a few things so that later on you can say yes to them. Sacrifice to me when I was building to Diamond meant that I slept a lot less than I normally would have. I stayed up a lot later just to talk to more people. I got up earlier after I was staying up later. Keep in mind, when I was on my way to Diamond, I did have a job, so it's not like I had all this extra time to work my business. I did have a job. It wasn't a full-time job, but I got called in a lot. I just didn't make a lot of money. So there was a lot of late nights. There was a lot of times when I didn't want to work my business, like at all. Like I would wake up, or maybe I would like come home from work and I would be absolutely exhausted. But and the last thing I want to do is work my business. But guess what I did? I worked my business and I pushed myself. There's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of learning to get outside of your comfort zone. That's one thing that I had to do. I was terrified of messaging people just messaging new people. And I know that might sound silly to some of you, but that's a big hurdle that I had to get over, was just, messaging. I guess you could call it cold messaging for the first time. That absolutely scared me, especially people that I knew, like acquaintances. Getting out there and actually, blitzing people terrified me, and it still terrifies me today. But if I hadn't done that, then I would not be where I am in this business today. Doing videos. And if you have a team, doing videos for your team, doing Zooms for your team, if you have a team, you have to do it. I think part of the reason that I didn't think about becoming a diamond leader was because I thought that I had to have like that leadership role, and I had to do things that leaders did, and it totally scared me, like getting on like something like this. Like when I first started this business was out of the question. Like leading something like this was out of the question. I would have said no. But I'm going to tell you something. You have to just push yourself to do these things. And I think the only thing that allowed me to be comfortable with doing things like this was pushing myself a little bit out of my comfort zone a little bit more and more each day. And now I love doing these Zooms. I love making videos. I love going live on my personal Facebook. I love going live in the team page for you guys. And honestly, yeah, the only thing that's gotten me over that fear was actually doing them. So if that's something that absolutely scares you, start small. Do a short 1-minute video on your personal Facebook, just talking about, a little bit, maybe why you joined It Works, or maybe even just talking about, if you don't want to like go that far, talking about one of your favorite products. It doesn't have to be that difficult if you don't make it be. And just start small and do that. I think that's where I started. Maybe just like talking about, I think I remember doing like my first video, and it was a challenge that Jade made us do, and I think it was just talking about like holding up a Blitz card and talking about how you could get $20 or $5 off a single wrap. So that's something that really helped me. But yeah, getting out of your comfort zone and making little sacrifices is going to make all of the difference. I understand that life happens. I totally understand that life happens. I've had a lot of life happen in the past 2.5 years of me being a distributor. And I can also tell you that life goes on and life gets better as long as you're willing to make sure that happens. As long as you're willing to, push yourself to do things that maybe you don't want to do. To push yourself to make little sacrifices that maybe you don't want to make. It's not fun all the time. It's not going to always be fun, but I'm going to tell you that, the outcome of making those sacrifices is going to be awesome, and it is going to feel good, and it's going to be fun. So, you just have to do it. And that's why I wanted to get you guys on this Zoom, because I wanted I wanted to make sure that you guys are going to be 100% committed to this. And I'm going to tell you that it's going to be hard work, and it's not always going to be fun, but I want you to know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I want you guys to think about, maybe what your life is like now, or maybe what your life was like, prior to this business. And if it scares you to stay in that current situation a year from now, or if it scares you to go back to what your situation was, then let that push you, because that's definitely something that has pushed me, is not wanting to go back to the situation that I was in prior to starting my business. Like, that scares the crap out of me, and I think that's something that motivates me every single day. Like, when there are days that I just don't want to work my business, I think about my life was like before this, and I think about, having to go through more deployments away from my husband, because if we didn't have this business, he would for sure be re-enlisting when he comes home. And I don't want that life anymore. I don't want that. I don't want that kind of sacrifice. So it's all up to you. Like, what are you willing to sacrifice? What types of sacrifice do you want? Do you want the sacrifice of struggling and not, being able to pay for things that you need, like bills and groceries and diapers and, rent? Or do you want to make this type of sacrifices, like maybe getting a little bit less sleep, or maybe saying no to going out with your friends on Friday night or Saturday night, or maybe no to going out, taking your kids to the movie one night? What kind of sacrifices do you want to make? Because in the long run, I'm going to tell you that the second set of sacrifices that I'm talking about are totally more worth than the first sacrifices of not being able to pay for things, because not being able to pay for things sucks. Like, I remember having to coupon for everything that we had, and if there wasn't a coupon for it, then I simply would not buy it. And to me, like, now that just sounds crazy that I was actually like that, but it was like kind of like a survival thing. Like, it's just like it that's how it was, and that's how our life was, and that's what I did to save money. And now just like not having to worry about that is such a good feeling. And so you kind of just like have to choose your hard, like what is harder to you, like not being able to pay for anything, or maybe saying no to something so that later on, like, you don't have to worry about those other sacrifices. Another thing that I like to do is, when I do make accomplishments for myself, like maybe throughout the day when I'm filling out my checklist of things to do, which is something also that I want to go over, I reward myself when I make little accomplishments. Like when I'm doing my power hours and I maybe send out 50 messages, I will reward myself by getting up and maybe doing a workout. I know that might sound silly, but working out to me is like kind of like my escape, and it's something that I enjoy. Or maybe like I'll get up, and I know this probably sounds stupid too, but it's like a break from work. I'll do like a load of laundry, or I'll start like washing the dishes, or I'll like make a meal for myself. Just like simple little like rewards for the accomplishments that you make. And that's just like for sending out 50 messages, so it kind of like pushes me to get those messages sent out. So like whatever a reward looks like to you, maybe it's like getting a snack like cookies or something, or like playing a game on your phone. And I know like you probably won't hear me say that often to like go play a game, but I think it's important to have those breaks so that you don't go crazy. So just rewarding yourself for little things that you do, like sending out 50 messages, or maybe following 100 people on Instagram and adding 10 people on Facebook, or making a post and then scheduling 5 more posts in your phone, and then stopping and rewarding yourself with something little. I think that's something that's really important, especially for those of you who are at home most of the day, and you're just going to need that extra like self-motivation and discipline throughout your day, or else you're just going to find yourself not working intentionally. And that's not what you want, especially when you're working the diamond, because like this is go time. Right now is go time. You need to be making the most of every single minute of your time. You have to get it done. The other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was having an accountability partner. So, and maybe that's somebody on this Zoom right now, maybe it's somebody in our new chat that we created, or maybe it's somebody outside of that. Maybe it's somebody like not a part of this business. I would suggest that it's somebody a part of this business, but I don't know, maybe like even if it's your spouse who's supporting you in this business, for them to hold you accountable for getting things done. I think it's important to have that accountability partner to kind of just push each other and, be able to like celebrate in our successes and stuff. So if you don't have somebody like an accountability partner that you can like message every day and maybe like ask questions to, or, share things with, or maybe even like vent to, because we're all human, find somebody. And like don't be scared to just reach out to somebody and say like, hey, do you want to be my accountability partner? Maybe somebody who's on this Zoom. So find your accountability partner. And like I think throughout this journey we will be holding each other accountable, because I think that's something that's so important. Like we're going to have more of these Zooms. I know Jade's going to have more of these Zooms, and that's going to be kind of like me holding you guys accountable for, what you're getting done. But I think it might also be good for you guys to find somebody like outside of, a diamond and above leader to kind of push you and challenge each other. And maybe you can like make little competitions for each other. I don't know. But I know that's always something that pushed me. My accountability partners were always my best friends, who I started this business with. So we've always like, had a chat together, and we always like have pushed each other. We're on different teams. I mean, we're all on Morgan's team, but my other friends, they're not on my team. So they're sideline sisters. And we've always been able to like, confide in each other and be able to share frustrations and share celebrations. And I think that's been really, really, really good for my business. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I think it's definitely something that you will want to do. Because again, like I said, the road to diamond is not an easy one, but it's definitely worth it. And it makes it so much more fun when you have people like that to share, in just like everything that happens along the way. Okay, let me see. I do want to go over the charts with you guys really briefly, just because we do have some new people and I want to make sure that everybody understands the charts and what you might be going for. So let me see if I can share that link again. Let me see. Oh, maybe log out again. Okay. You guys are just gonna see my password. But I trust you all, don't hack my account. Okay, so here is a Ruby chart. So I'm just going to show you the Ruby chart first, because I think that's just, that's where we all start, and we all know that rubies build diamonds. So I think it's important to get the Ruby chart down first. And I know there are some of you on this Zoom right now that haven't yet made it to Ruby. So I think it would be just a good time to go over Ruby. So here is a Ruby chart. The average earning of a Ruby is almost $500 a month. I remember when I hit Ruby, and I remember when I made my first $500 paycheck. I will never forget where I was, and I will never forget the way that I felt, because honestly, I've never made, more than $500 in a month. So just to be able to make $500 on top of what I was making at my other job, and being able to do it all from my phone, just blew my mind. And, on top of that, average of $500 a month, you're enrolling distributors. So you're able to make those, weekly $100 fast start bonuses, which are everything. Like, fast start bonuses are so incredible. And, I couldn't believe the amount of money that I was making after I hit Ruby. It was just such a humbling feeling, such a feeling of accomplishment. And, I will never forget the way I felt when I hit this rank. So Ruby is simply 3 qualified legs on your top line. So a qualified leg, again, is somebody who has 400 group volume. So they can get that 400 group volume by either their own personal orders, or by enrolling loyal customers, or even retail customers, anything that's going to bring you in volume. Now, one of those qualified legs is going to be your executive. So I'm going to just skip right over executive. I know a lot of people hit that first rank in this business before they reach Ruby. A lot of people might skip over it and just go straight to Ruby. That's totally fine. Executive is a great accomplishment. I remember when I hit executive, and I felt so on top of the world with an extra $300 a month. But Ruby is those 3 qualified legs. One of those qualified legs is going to be your executive leader. So when you're thinking about building to Ruby, and you might have, those 3 people on your top line, you want to think about which one of those people is going to be fit to be your executive leader. That's leadership. Whatever rank you are, even if you're a qualified leg, you can be a leader. But who do you think could be, the best leader out of those 3 people. And maybe you've enrolled 3 people and you don't quite think that one of them is fit to be an executive leader. That's fine. Enroll somebody else, and don't move on to finding that executive until you find somebody who you think is fit for that. And maybe those people will make it easy by enrolling their own distributors, but you can also place distributors as well. So you're going to find your executive, and they are going to need 2 qualified legs under them. And once all of those are met, once your executive is commission qualified, once you are commission qualified, and once every one of those qualified legs has that 400 in group volume, guess what? You're going to go Ruby, and it's going to feel amazing. And I don't know any of our Ruby leaders on here if they want to share how they felt when they went Ruby. It's just an incredible feeling. And if you are still within your first 2 calendar months, you're going to still get that bonus, that $500 bonus on top of that average monthly income. So that's really awesome. Ruby is it's the foundation of this business. And once you master Ruby, and once you understand how to get to Ruby, and once you get to Ruby, then you can move on, and you can, learn how to get to Diamond and beyond that. So that is Ruby, our Ruby chart. So let me see if I can move on and get to the Emerald chart. Ooh. Of course. Okay, let's see if this works. Yay! Okay, can you guys tell me if you can see the Emerald chart? I just want to make sure that I'm doing.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, cool. Okay, so after Ruby is Emerald. So as you can see, Emerald is just 2 rubies. So you're going to find 2 people who you want to be your Ruby leader. So Emerald is 4 people on your top line. 4, you could call them qualified legs like I did. 4 people on your top line. So that's just you enrolling 4 people and just keeping them right where they are, not placing them anywhere. And then out of those 4 people, or maybe you have to enroll more to find those 4, you're going to pick out your 2 Ruby leaders. You're going to pick out the 2 people who you think are going to run with you in this business, who are putting in as much effort as you are in this business, who are just going above and beyond, who are posting, they're asking questions, they're messaging. These are the kind of people you want as your Ruby leaders, your up and coming leaders. And again, within them, they are going to find their executives and then go on from there. And then you're going to figure out who's going to be a qualified leg in those 400 boxes. And then so once every one of those boxes are filled, once you've got your rubies, you've got your executives, everyone's on board, they're ready to go, we're working, we're filling that volume together, you're going to go Emerald. And it's going to be amazing. And I know there are people on this Zoom right now who have gone Emerald, and they can share with you guys how amazing it is. Each promotion that you hit, you just feel on top of the world. Now, Emerald is an average of a little over $1,100 a month. And I'm going to tell you guys, these checks are real. And when I say average, this is an average of being an Emerald for a few months, but really the average income that you make depends on, the work that you're putting in and the work that your team is putting in. If you guys are being rock stars and your volume is just like through the roof, your check's going to be incredible. And it's just amazing. With each promotion, you are going to unlock more levels that you're going to get paid on. And it's just, our compensation plan is just incredible. If at any time while I'm explaining these charts, you guys have questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the chat, or if you want to unmute yourself, because I want to make sure that you guys understand these charts, because you guys are going to be filling them out. And I know that this might look overwhelming to you. I know you might be looking at this and thinking, holy crap, how am I going to do this? How in the heck is this going to happen? But let me tell you guys, it is so possible. And if you are just working hard and you are finding other people who want to work hard with you, it is not difficult. the only difficult part about this business is all in your head and thinking and not thinking that you can do it. So you just have to believe that you can. I remember looking at these charts and not understanding how I was going to fill them out, but I just did it. I just worked. I just posted. I just messaged people, and it happened. And I found runners, and the runners that are still with me today, the runners that were on my charts then are the runners that are still with me today. They're my diamond leaders. Everyone else, has fizzled out, and that's normal in this business too. So, you just have to find those leaders that are going to stick with it with you, and the ones who don't, that's fine. There's more where that came from. But here's the emerald chart, and again, it's just the 2 rubies and then the 2 qualified flags on the top line. So, when you're filling out for emerald, remember, you want to find the people who are going to run with you, and those are the people who you want to be the leaders on your chart. Okay, let me see if I can get the last chart I wanted to share with you guys. I wish there was an easier way. I still cannot figure out this iPad thing. Okay. Okay. And here is what we're all gonna work toward. This is our diamond chart. This is an average of almost $2,000 a month. And this is leadership level. And like I said before, guys, I looked at this chart. I looked at other diamond leaders in the company. Like I said, when I started, Jade was a diamond leader, and I thought she was just the most amazing thing on this earth. I looked at other diamond leaders. I thought they were just so incredible. What an accomplishment. What a prestigious rank. And I thought I could not do that. I looked at the chart. You needed 24 people. You need an emerald. You need a ruby. Oh, I had no idea how I was going to fill that out, but I knew that I wanted to. And I knew that I was going to do whatever it took to get there. I remembered my situation before I joined this business, and I vowed that I was never going to go back to that again once I caught the vision that this company has for us. And that's what I did. So a diamond chart is an emerald. It consists of an emerald with their 2 rubies. So you've got your emerald, and then you're going to find a ruby leader on your team, and then you're going to have 3 qualified legs on that top line. So an emerald, a ruby, and 3 qualified legs. So essentially, you're going to find, let's see, an emerald, a ruby, and a ruby. So you're going to find 4 super serious people who want to run with you in this business. You're going to find your emerald, the 2 rubies with them, and then the other ruby on your top line, and you're going to find those people and you're going to run with them. And maybe, the person who's emerald is going to find people who are going to run with them. Remember, this is a team business, and you're not doing this all on your own. Don't look at this chart and think that you have to fill out those 24 boxes all on your own. You're doing this with a team. This is a team business. You cannot get to the top of this company without a team. You cannot do it on your own. So don't be overwhelmed thinking that, wow, like I can't do this. I could never fill 24 boxes like that on my own. Good, because you're not going to do it on your own. You're going to have a team with you, whether you want to believe it now or not. And you're only going to get there if you stick with it and work hard and wait and see, what this business has to offer for us. So you're going to find your emerald, and you're going to find your ruby leader, and you're going to have 3 qualified legs. So a diamond chart is essentially 3 rubies. So you just have to help 3 people get to ruby. That's really, diamond in a nutshell. So when you break it down like that, it really doesn't sound that difficult. And let me tell you, going from emerald pay to diamond pay is night and day. When you hit diamond, you unlock like the mother lode of the compensation plan. You unlock a bunch of generation bonuses. you unlock even more diamond bonuses. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I usually don't share this with the team because people just can't wrap their head around it. When you go diamond, you start earning these incredible bonuses called cap bonuses. And when you fast start qualify a new distributor, you normally get $100, right? When you are a diamond leader and you fast start qualify someone, you're going to get $100 and you're going to get an extra $80 on top of that for every single distributor that you fast start qualify. So that's $180 for every distributor that you fast start qualify when you are a diamond leader. And these are unlimited. Incredible, right? And what's even better than that is anyone that you enroll after diamond, anyone that they enroll and who gets fast start qualified, guess what? You're going to earn $80 for every single one of those people. So let's look at maybe you enroll that Ruby on your top line for diamond. Maybe you enroll that person after you hit diamond. And you, let's say you're a Rockstar distributor enroller and you fill their Ruby chart and you enroll all 5 of those people on that Ruby chart and they all get fast start qualified. You're going to earn $180 for every single one of those people. And let's say one of those people is a Rockstar enroller and they fill, another Ruby chart. They're trying to fill out their Emerald chart. You're going to get an extra $80 on top of all those people that get all those new people that get fast start qualified. So you can really imagine how incredible those CAB bonuses are, how incredible those diamond bonuses are, and how much they can grow and impact your paycheck because they really have for me. And then when you go beyond diamond, when you're double diamond, they're even more. Double diamond, I think, is an extra $40. So you're going to get $120 plus your $100 fast start bonus. So $220. It's just for every single person that gets enrolled in fast start qualified. It's truly incredible. And our compensation plan is unlike any other. I have looked at other compensation plans out there and they don't even come close to the compensation plan we have with It Works. It's just truly life-changing. So I'm just going to tell you, Emerald Pay to Diamond Pay is like night and day difference. It's going to absolutely change everything in your life. It's just, it's incredible. I'll never forget when I saw my first diamond check. I think I just got down on my knees and started crying and screaming and just, I was in disbelief. It's an amazing feeling. I had never had a paycheck that big in my entire life. And I honestly thought I was dreaming. So this is why we talk up diamond so much. This is why, diamond is so incredibly important. Because it's really going to change everything for you guys. So again, if you guys have any questions about those charts, please make sure that you are asking them. And if you don't feel comfortable for whatever reason asking them in this chat, please feel free to reach out to me and private message me and I can answer any questions that you have because I want to make sure that you guys understand the charts and you understand what you are doing. Because if you don't and you don't have a clear goal and a clear set of plans in front of you, then you're not going to achieve this rank. People do not reach diamond or any rank for that matter in this company on accident. You just don't. You have to just commit yourself and you have to know what you're doing. Okay, so those are the charts. So let's talk about how you are going to get there. And again, I thought I was going to be able to share my screen with you guys because I have 2 things that I wanted to share with you guys. I think I can send them in here though. Let me see. Share photos. Let me see if I can share this. Oh, I can share both. Okay. Can you guys see that? Yes, no.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, awesome. So this is a daily checklist that was shared by one of the VIP leaders in the VIP chat that I'm in. And I think it is so awesome. I think, and I never used daily checklists before because I thought they were silly, but once I started using them, oh my gosh, it changed my business. It changed the way I worked. It changed, how focused I was each day. And it doesn't have to be as extravagant as this. But I think having like your goals in mind each and every day and being able to like check things off is going to be really big and really life-changing for your business. So she's got a daily checklist. I've been using something similar to this. She shared this the other day and I just really liked it. So I wanted to share it with you guys. So she's got in the beginning of her checklist, she's got morning business posts on Instagram and Facebook. I know it might be silly to add that into your checklist, but some people just forget to do their morning posts. And I'm going to be the first one to admit, sometimes, life gets in the way and I forget to do my morning post. So I think having this checklist has really helped me to stay focused and to get things done. And when I check things off, it makes me feel accomplished. So post morning business post on Instagram and Facebook. Message 20 people from your Instagram followers. And then after you do that, post morning product post, maybe even like, I don't know, an hour after your business post or, morning post. And then check planner for daily follow-ups, any follow-ups that you had in your list for the day. Message leaders on your team. So if you have leaders on your team, if you're going for a promotion and you guys are all working together, message them, see how they're doing, check up, ask if they have any questions, ask what they need help with, give them a challenge for the day. Whether it's maybe enrolling a little customer, enrolling a distributor, messaging a certain amount of people, just holding them accountable again. Or maybe, message, if you don't have people on your team, message your accountability partners and see how they're doing and ask them what they're doing for the day. Hold each other accountable. And then during lunchtime, post lunch business post, message 20 more people, post lunch product post, follow 50 people on Instagram. Again, you can change these numbers if you want to be a go-getter and do more than that. It's totally up to you. Add 10 new people on Facebook. Tune into a Zoom or a call for the night if any of those are going on. If not, personal development. Do your personal development. And I'm not going to sit here and be your boss and tell you guys what to do, but personal development is so good, not only for your business, but just for your mentality, for just being positive. I wasn't always the most positive person, but man, getting into this business and being surrounded by so many positive, influential people and doing my personal development has really helped me grow as a person. And I love the person that I'm becoming because of this business. So if there's no Zoom or call on that particular night, like a night like tonight, we normally wouldn't be doing a Zoom. Do some personal development, whether that's reading a chapter in a book that you're doing, listening to an Audible, going on YouTube and searching for something, or watching one of Jade's videos. It can be as simple as that. Just do your personal development. It's really going to help you grow in your business. And then post night business post, message 20 more people, post a night product post. So she's kind of like filling in like the 3-3 rule into there, I guess you would say. And then before you go to bed, check your e-suite, check downline activity. Maybe somebody has enrolled a customer or distributor and you want to shout them out on the team page. Recognition is huge for your team. People like being recognized and like being praised for their efforts. Check your charts, check volume, maybe update volume. Remember, we're going for diamond and you're going to have to chart, and you're going to have to chart every single day and check your volume every single day. And we can go more into detail on that on other Zooms when we have more time. And then follow 50 people on Instagram or whatever you want to do on your social media accounts, however many people you want to follow. So I thought this checklist was pretty cool. And I guess I use something similar to this, but yes, I will share this in the chat with you guys because I think it's going to be really good, and you guys can either, I don't know if you're able to print it out or maybe just like make your own from this. It's totally up to you, but I definitely recommend it. Okay, and I hope this works too. So our goal each month, I love this. Our goal each month is the steps to success, right? So 4 customers and 3 distributors, but this is like steps to success 2.0, like steps to success, but bigger. So I think this is so good for people who are trying to promote and who are trying to just take it a step up in their business. And it's just doing more. So they've got step 1 on the steps to success to being a product of the product, doing your personal auto shipment, ADBV, personal product order, and using the products each month on yourself. So what this is going to do is it's going to give you a personal testimony. It's going to allow you to have your own before and after pictures to share with people. And you're going to have more confidence in not only the products, but just like your business in general. So be a product of the product, have before and after pictures, get them corporate approved, and you're going to be golden. So make sure that you set up an order, and even if it's not able to be, ADBB, make sure that you are at least at that 150 mark to be paid or 150 PBB, and order something. Try some product out. And again, if you can't afford it, then, maybe you should think about selling wraps. When I was, in the beginning of my business, I sold a lot of wraps so that I was able to pay for my auto shipments because I wasn't always able to pay for them. Money was tight in the beginning. So I sold a lot of wraps and I made a lot of wrap cash so that I was eventually able to pay for my auto shipments. And I had my personal testimonies of hair, skin, and nails and defining gel and, all of my favorite products. And then step 2 is building those paychecks with those customers. So enrolling those customers. And so this is like, again, steps to success 2.0. So this has enrolling 10 loyal customers. And I know you might be thinking, there's no way that I can enroll 10 loyal customers in a month, but you honestly don't know what you're capable of until you set out and just do it, because I never thought that I could be like a mass loyal customer enroller, but I was so wrong. And after my second and third month in this business, I was like an LC enrolling machine. And it was because I was posting like crazy about how much I loved these products. And people just had that belief in me because I had that belief in myself and the product. So push yourself to do better than what you're doing now. If you're only enrolling a few loyal customers a month, double that and enroll 6 loyal customers a month. Challenge yourself and dream bigger. And then step 3 is earning $100 bonuses by enrolling distributors. And this, it says go Ruby and build Emerald, but go Emerald, build Diamond, whatever promotion you're going for. So this has 12 distributors. And again, I know you're probably thinking there's no way in heck I can enroll 12 distributors, but I'm going to tell you, on the months that I had the most belief in my business, I enrolled the most distributors. And there have been times where I've enrolled over 20 distributors in a month. And it was just because I was on fire with my business. I was motivated. I was not letting anything get in my way. I was not letting any haters get the best of me or, life getting in the way. I made sacrifices and I got it done. And that's what honestly, ultimately helped me build my charts and to fill my charts out and to get those promotions, completed. So, I love this steps to success, just using it as a guide. I encourage you guys to use it and just challenge yourself, really. Like when you challenge yourself, just amazing things happen. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys on that. And I think that's all I have for you guys. I really just wanted to go over just believing in yourself and sacrifices and kind of like what getting to Diamond or even getting to Ruby and Emerald, what that kind of looks like. And again, if you guys have any questions at all, please, you need to reach out. You need to ask questions. You are not going to learn. You're not going to grow if you're not asking questions. Nobody is too good for questions. I mean, I still ask questions myself every single day. Jade's probably so annoyed by me, but I don't care. Like, I'm going to always ask questions when in doubt. So please always ask questions. And I want to continue to do these Zooms with you guys. So whether it's, like even every other week, I want to continue to do them with you guys. And I know that Jade wants to continue to do them, whether that's, once or twice a month too. And I know this month is going to be a little bit crazy with the holidays, but again, it's all about sacrifice. So I definitely want to do these again. Also, somebody mentioned to me how they do Zoom power hours with their team. So that might be another option for you guys, you know, whoever's available at whatever time we decide to do them, to just jump on a Zoom with each other and do a power hour and work our business together. I think that would be fun too. I've seen people do that and it looks really cool. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys. So really now the ball is in your court, and you know, it's really up to you what you want to do with this information, and what your next step is going to be. So you guys can either decide to stay on the bus with me and enjoy the crazy ride that's about to happen, or you can decide not to. It's totally up to you. Nobody is making you do anything that you don't want to do. So I just want to let you guys know that as well. You know, you were chosen to be on this and be a part of this because you're a leader, and I saw something in you. But if you're not ready to take that next step, nobody is going to push you. But I'm going to tell you right now that it is so incredibly worth it when you do reach those goals and when you do dream bigger and, you know, allow yourself to dream bigger. And that's just something that this company has taught me, is that there's no dream that's too crazy. Like, you guys couldn't tell me a dream that is too crazy that I would think was out of line. I think anybody can dream anything that they want, and I think it's important to have those dreams. And yeah, that's just what pushes you in this business. So I hope all of you guys have your goals in mind, and I hope you guys all stay on this ride with me, because it is going to be so incredible, and I'm so excited. I'm so ready for January, and I'm ready for what's going to be announced at conference in February. It's just going to be incredible. And you know, what you do right now in your business is going to determine, you know, your outcome and how your January and February and March is going to be. So just choose wisely is all I'm going to say. So that's all I've got for you guys tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. And again, please reach out to me if you guys need anything, because I want you to know that you are never alone in this business. Okay, so that's all I've got. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Okay, bye guys.